Welcome into Duval Daily, presented by GenJag.com. I'm Jordan Lugo. Thank you so much for tuning in here on Saturday, December 16th, one day away from the Jaguars taking on the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday Night Football. Big primetime matchup. Going to be a teal out at the bank if you're around town this weekend. Wear your teal. If you're going to the game, wear your teal. Look, I've said it all week. It is hard to pick the Jaguars in this one. It's a little difficult to see the Jaguars, who struggled on both sides of the ball last week against the Browns and struggled mightily on defense the week before against the Bengals. It's hard to predict them to go beat one of the hottest teams in the league and a team that typically plays well on both sides of the ball, talking about the Ravens on offense and defense. Maybe I'm putting the teal-colored glasses on. I'm not the only one. I think the Vegas line has moved slightly towards the Jaguars throughout the week. You've seen some other pundits talking about the Jaguars. Maybe this is a trap game for the Ravens, preparing for San Francisco 49ers next week. We'll see how it plays out. But I've got some bold predictions for y'all. I've got the Jaguars getting creative with the running game, getting Travis Etienne the ball a lot more in space earlier on. Instead of banging their head against the wall on first down, running it up the gut, they're going to try to get him going outside. I think that's going to help. I think Calvin Ridley and Zay Jones show up. I think they look more in sync with their quarterback, Trevor Lawrence. Now that my fantasy team has been eliminated from contention, I think Calvin Ridley no longer has that pressure to perform for me. No, I jest. But I think he goes off in this one a little bit. I think he has his best game as a Jaguar because the Jaguars get more comfortable again with using him in a variety of ways versus just trying to target him deep down the field. And again, I think him and Trevor Lawrence and Zay Jones all are on a little bit better of a page here in this one. Defensively, I think Mike Caldwell has shown very little respect to the Bengals and Browns over the last couple of weeks with his defensive game plans. You know, he's been playing more man coverage. He's been blitzing even more than normal. I think that he has a game plan more reminiscent of what he did against C.J. Stroud a couple weeks ago against the Texans. Heavy zone looks from that defense, less frequent blitzes, more sporadic, maybe better timed blitzes from Mike Caldwell. And I think that's just enough to slow the Ravens down a little bit in this one, right? I don't think the Jaguars are going to keep the Ravens under 20 points or anything like that. I think the Ravens will be able to put up points in this game. I think they will be able to move the football in this game. Even without Mark Andrews, Lamar Jackson has his best set of receivers this year. Zay Flowers is the type of receiver that can absolutely roast the Jaguars. So is OBJ, Rashad Bateman. Isaiah Likely is a really athletic tight end. So I think they're still going to move the football. I think they can still run the ball with Keaton Mitchell and Gus Edwards. But I think the Jaguars will have a couple answers here and there, and they will bend but not break as much in this game in this Mike Caldwell defense. And I think it'll be just enough to slow the Ravens down from scoring 30 plus points. I think Josh Allen shines bright under the lights in all teal. I think he gets the franchise single season record for sacks in this one, bringing Lamar Jackson down at least 1.5 times. Lamar Jackson, even though he is very evasive, one of the best runners of the football at the quarterback position, one of the best athletes on the planet, an extremely good pocket passer as well, and just passer in general, he has been sacked quite a bit this year, 31 times. So I think the Jaguars, while they have not the best pass rush unit, they do have one of the best pass rushers in the league. And I think Josh Allen against Ronnie Stanley is going to be a huge matchup. And I think Ronnie Stanley hasn't quite been himself all year. I think that Josh Allen will be able to take advantage and get to Lamar Jackson. Maybe this is a teal fever dream. Maybe not. Maybe it's the second straight year that the Jaguars have beaten the Ravens in Duval County. We will find out Sunday night. I've got the Jaguars beating the Ravens 30-27, walk-off field goal by Brandon McManus. And look, this prediction could easily go awry. I'm aware of that. As I've said all week, it is difficult to predict the Jaguars, who are skidding, to beat the Ravens, who have won 7 of 8. But this is kind of how the NFL goes. It's week to week. It is a strange league. If the Jaguars come into this one, though, with similar game plans that we've seen over the last couple weeks, this could go terribly. It could absolutely go terribly. If they do that, I think that they're going to be dead in the water. They're out 2 of their top secondary pieces, which I think is, again, going to force Mike Caldwell to be a little bit more respectful. I think playing against a star quarterback like Lamar Jackson will force him into more zone coverages, less blitzes. I think Walker Little and Ezra Cleveland are likely to play in this game. I think the offense will have a little bit more confidence in the pass protection. The offensive play calling will, and I think they're going to get the job done this week. Trevor Lawrence has himself a statement game, and the Jags make y'all really damn happy. Hopefully they can do it for you. Really appreciate y'all tuning in. If you enjoy the content, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You can also check out genjag.com/shop, pick up some new Duval gear. Y'all have a good one.